We bought an emergency TV. Woo! Anyway, hi, I'm Bo. All by my lonesome today because Win is helping his kids with their homework at the moment. So I get to have the video of shame all to myself, explaining why we got an emergency TV. So let's get into the transactions. This is the 10th through the 16th. It's an adventure, y'all. It's an adventure. Okay, let's start with the 10th. Okay, so we brought Wynn's November 15th paycheck of $1,584 into the budget, and then my paycheck from December 19th of 2022. If you don't know, that's way bigger than my paychecks normally are. It is about $500 more than my paychecks are, well, as of recently, because I got a $750 bonus, Christmas bonus. And of course, they took $250 out of it because that's how that goes. Y'all, when you get a bonus, if you didn't know, when you get a bonus, you don't get the whole bonus because Uncle Sam's going to take his bonus as well. Okay, so that's that. Yay, great paychecks. And then when paid the kids copay, that's $40. It's every week. They charge it either on Friday or Saturday, depending. I don't know what the difference is when they charge different days. But this is the all three of his boys are in therapy every week. They have been since the split, pretty much. Since he broke up from their mom. It's a whole thing. And then he took his pocket money for $50 and then adventure money for $20. The adventure is basically the kids' allowance, and then whatever they don't earn gets set aside so that they can go on little adventures, like go to a museum, go get pizza, like whatever, together, just Win and the boys. And then on the 11th, I stuffed my envelope categories for $490. And then we had snacky snacks for $9. Or maybe that was just me. I don't remember. No, I think that was both of us for $9. And then on the 12th, Win got rideshare for $28. That's coming out of his miscellaneous category or his pocket money. And then the emergency TV, as one has. If you notice, I don't know if you can tell, but I actually erased what was underneath here because at first it wasn't going to be an emergency TV. At first, I was going to like finagle some things and then save less for my school fund. However, we're going to have a later emergency, which necessitated, well, not necessitated. We decided that this was going to be an emergency TV instead of just saving less money. So TV, $530. Gotta love it. Our TV that we currently have, it decided that it is a smart TV. It's a smart TV, but it decided that it was no longer going to recognize the Wi-Fi, and also sometimes not recognize the DVD player or anything else that we plug into the TV. So, like, it's a smart TV that decided to turn dumb in all the least convenient ways. So, like, we can't connect it to the Wi-Fi. We can't watch DVDs. We can't watch the hard drive that I have plugged into the TV that has movies on it. Like can't play video games. Like can't do any of the things. Like it's technically like connected to like TV. Like you can watch like regular TV on it, but that's it. And we have 3 kids at home. That's not gonna work. So we bought an emergency TV. we bought a TV from Costco. And crisis averted. Struggle's real. We could have bought a cheaper TV. However, I am a bougie bee, and I I really wanted a decent TV. Like nothing outrageous, but like another smart TV. I didn't get like, I wasn't gonna get like something 10 years old from a pawn shop. Like that wasn't about to happen. So that's what happened. That's what happened. We used the emergency fund a little bit. And also I'm starting to get frustrated with not being a whole month ahead. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to like rebalance things before the end of the school year, but I'm gonna catch you up on that. Because that might be happening at the end of this calendar month. Not the end of this monthly budget, but the end of the calendar month. I'm going on vacation from work. And I might just have to reset the rollover just to get myself like a little ahead again and get things like resettled, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I'll let you know. And then Car Wash didn't come out on the 13th, but it did come out on the 14th for $18. And then Snacky Snacks for $7, and that was just me. That one was just me. I got 2 big bags of chips for $6 and some change, and I round up all my transactions, of course, so $7. And then the next emergency happened. This one was Wynn's winter coat. So Wynn, my fiance, if you didn't know, he, big dude, very comfortable in cold weather. However, he does not drive. So on public transit, he got stuck. And this is part of why he ends up taking rideshare sometimes, is because like sometimes the buses won't come, or they'll come super late and then he'll be running late for work, whatever, what have you. Well, in this case, the bus that he was waiting for broke down, and he had to wait so long that one, he had to get a rideshare, and this one I paid for because he was doing a favor for me. So that's why the second rideshare doesn't show up here. But also he was so cold that his hands were like turning colors. And like it was bad. It was bad. So, his twin sister bought him gloves, and I bought him a new coat because his coat is insufficient, does not have a hood. It does not like cover his hands at all. It doesn't have deep pockets or anything. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. He loved the coat. He even told me, like, he hesitated when I was like, you need a new winter coat, dude. You need a new winter coat. He was like, but I love this coat. Like, dude, you need to be warm more than you need to love your coat. Let's be very real. So, I bought him a new coat, a new winter coat. I got him one that's like a 3-in-1, so you can like unzip the liner to it. So in different weather, you can wear it in different ways. And it comes with a hood, and he really likes it. So here's hoping that one will last him a few years, just like his last one did. But that's it for spending. Now we just get to the savings, which is the exciting part. So on the 16th, he saved $40 for our wedding, which is his wedding fund. He saved $100 for kids' clothes and furniture. They do need new clothes. They are growing very fast. And also they need new hampers. Y'all, when I tell you, these children broke the clothes. They have 2 clothes hampers. They broke both of them, y'all. Both of them. So, so we need new hampers for them. And then he saved $360 for his summer fund, his summer pay fund, because he is a substitute teacher, so he does not get paid full-time during the summer. He's not guaranteed full-time hours. So he can either teach summer school or find a part-time job. But we thought it would be a really good idea to have like enough saved up by the time summer comes so that like at least his bills will be covered. And then I saved $21 for Christmas and $179 for insurance. So yay, progress. Okay, now let's look at yield envelopes. Yield envelopes, the second part of this. This is when I say I stuffed $490 in my envelopes, this is what I mean. They're not physical envelopes. The only physical money I have is the health fund. That is cash in my wallet. Everything else is in the bank. So for groceries, I had $9, added 70, spent 70. So there's $9 left. For bulk buys, started with $7, added 60, spent 56, so there's $11 left. Y'all, when I tell you I cheat, I so cheat. Y'all, rules are meant to be worked in your favor. I won't say broken, but so groceries and bulk buys, it's $130 is what I budget. But whichever store I go to first, that's what decides how much the other one's gonna get. So bulk buys is Costco, is stuff I get at Costco that doesn't fall into the other categories. So it's like, it's groceries, but from Costco. And then groceries by itself is usually either Walmart or our local market. So whichever one we shop at first, that decides how much the other one's gonna get. We do not get precise like this. Like it's okay. It's okay, y'all. As long as the 130 is correct, we're doing okay. And then transportation, started with 94, added 60, spent 47. This was public transit for the boys, for Wynn's kids, and then also a rideshare ride. So that leaves us with $107 in transportation. Health started with 435, added 80, spent 4. That was a prescription. One of Wynn's prescriptions is $4, literally. It was like 401. But like I gave the pharmacist or whatever $5 and he gave me a whole dollar back. So it was actually $4, even though the receipt says 401. So yay, thank you, pharmacist. That leaves us with $511 in health. And then home shopping. You see this highlight here was I was gonna go over budget at home shopping to get the TV, but I changed my mind after Wynn needed the new coat, so I erased that. So started with 0, added 30, didn't spend any, so 30 left. And then birthdays, added $5, so there's 123. There was 118. Clothing is where I did allow us to go over budget. So clothing started with 62, added 25, spent 331, so added 331 because I still wanted to be left with 87. Because, hear me out, because Wynn still needs more clothes. The struggle's real, y'all. The struggle's real. Somehow he had like, I don't know, a marker or something in his pocket, and he has like a huge ink stain on one of his shirts. So like, and we couldn't get it out. So he still needs clothes. So we're gonna keep that the way it is. Shoes started with 83, added 25, so there's 108 left. Pet care started with 50, added 15, so there's 65. Personal started with 35, added 100, spent 18. This was actually a set of diamond paintings, which is part of what I'm gonna do while I'm on vacation. So y'all, I'm taking a staycation. And I'm gonna do little diamond art, which I don't know if you know what that is, but basically it's like a pixelated painting with like, it's like paint by number, so there's little numbers or letters like in each pixel, and you put a corresponding little rhinestone there. So it's like you're coloring with rhinestones is basically how it is. And I find it very relaxing and fun. And if you didn't know, I have a thing for spooky things. So I got a set of Corpse Bride diamond art. So that was $18. That leaves me with 117. And then Elphaba, which is me matching the boys' contributions to their savings account. Started with 14, added 20, spent 4. But this 4 was not actually matching their contributions. So, left with 30, but let's get into it. There's a lot happening, y'all. There's a lot happening this week. So the boys got their first bank statements in the mail. They were so excited. Because getting mail is like an adult thing. Like getting letters in the mail is an adult thing. So they were super excited. They felt like grown-ups. 10 years old, they felt like grown-ups because they got mail for the first time. But while I was trying to go through the bank statements with them and like show them, what everything means, and when was showing them what things mean. And then I went through it later. Anyway, time is not real. I don't know what to tell you. But when I was going through it, I realized they were charged a $2 fee for having a paper statement come in the mail. As a monthly fee of $2. When I first set up their accounts, the teller had asked us if we wanted paper or email statements. And I asked for paper statements because I wanted to show the boys, like, I wanted them to get mail and like show them what it was. And they had said that they would waive the fee. But they did not. They did not waive the fee on the boys. They waived the fee on Wynn's account, not the boys' accounts. So he saved the $2, but they got charged $2 each. So they got charged $4. So I said, absolutely not. We're not doing any of this. So I turned off paper statements for them, and I'm just going to print it every month so that they can see like what their money's doing. And I refunded their statement fees. So I just transferred over $4 to their accounts, so that they don't have to pay for that, because it's not really fair for them to like pay for that when they're only really saving, like, what did they save? They saved this month so far, they saved $6 total. Y'all, they saved $2 each. And then get charged $2 each? Absolutely not. Wait, no, not $3 each. Yeah, $3 each. So like, how fair is it that they get charged $2 each? Like, that's not fair. I'm not going to do that to them. So I'll just print it every month, and they'll still like see their name and address on the statement and be like excited and everything. It just won't physically come in the mail. They'll be okay. They'll survive. But yeah, that's a lot. It's already been 18 minutes. Whew, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just talkative. I get talkative when I'm by myself. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get into the actual budget. Let's see if I made sure that I wrote all the numbers in, because sometimes I miss that. Okay, it looks good so far. Okay, let's get into it. So, inflow, his paycheck, $1,584 as budgeted. My paycheck, $2,022 as budgeted. From savings, from emergency fund, $530. Absolutely not budgeted. That is a total inflow of $4,136. We are not investing right now, so that is a no-go. But then we go down to his spending. So, kid bills, $40. The other $40 will come out next week, or technically today, or today or tomorrow. But you know how it is. The weekend's on Thursday. Let's be real. New week starts with the pay period. Okay. Adventures, $20 as budgeted. Miscellaneous, 78 because he did take a ride share because he was running late for work. Even though it kind of sucks that he takes rideshare, like it feels like every other week he'll like need rideshare once or twice. But in all reality, it's way cheaper than him having a vehicle of any kind. If nothing else than because his insurance would be absolutely astronomical because of his accident history. So yeah, we're gonna suck it up and pay for a couple ride shares as needed. Subtotal for his spending, $138. We still have this astronomical heating bill coming out and student loan payment. But that leaves us with $39.98 for now. And then for his saving, good grief, can't get this. Okay. For his saving, he saved $100 for kids. That's kids. This time it's kids, clothes, and furniture. The kids savings category is actually 3 categories in one. We're running out of spaces, y'all, so we combined some things. And then $40 for wedding and $360 for summer pay. He is relatively on track for this pay period, so he will be saving most of the rest of this. He just went a little over budget, so that should be good. But that is a subtotal of $500 saved. Leaves us with $34.98. And then to my spending. So this is my checking account. The other side was his checking account and his savings account. Now we're to my checking account. So my monthly bills, $18 as budgeted. His debt got nothing so far, because I know I said it before, but it basically what happens is his 2 highest interest student loans, which are his highest interest debts, they are 2 parts of one big consolidated loan, but it's paid separately, sort of. So like separate amounts go to each one, but they have to be paid at the same time, and I can't necessarily pick how much is going to each. But if I pay a bigger chunk at once, it's more flexible. Like as long as I'm paying more than the minimum of each one in the same payment, if that makes sense, then I can even it out. So I was getting really frustrated with my savings trackers, not my savings trackers, my debt trackers, because it felt like I wasn't making any progress, because I couldn't pick how much was going to each loan. So in order to avoid that, now we're just paying once a pay period at the end of the pay period. So that will be coming out. And I did do the math just in cases to make sure that I would still have enough to put the 500. So fingers crossed we don't go wildly over budget and anything else. So this should be getting the full 500. And then dining out, 16, which is less than budgeted, but we still have another week to go. Groceries in bulk, 130. The other 130 will come out next week. Transportation, 60 as budgeted. Health, 80 as budgeted. Home shopping, 30 as budgeted. Never mind the TV, because that came out of the emergency fund. Birthdays, 5 is budgeted. Clothing and shoes, 381, which is not as budgeted. But when needed a coat, when needed to be toasty. Pet care, 15 as budgeted. Personal alphaba, 120 as budgeted. So that is a subtotal of $855. Leaves us with $2,643. And then we go to the short savings, essentially. So saving a total of $200. Insurance got $179 and Christmas got $21. When I was going to have the TV come out of home shopping, I was like, oh, okay, I just won't save anything for school this pay period. It's okay. But I think I actually will still be saving some this time because I had the coat come out of the spending instead of saving. So we should be still saving in that. But for now, $200 saved. That leaves us with $2,443. And then we get to the emergency TV for $530 of savings spent. There's a subtotal of $530 and leaves us with $1,913 to make it through the rest of the pay period. I am let's just put it like this. I don't feel any shame for the decisions I've made. I know that a lot of people would judge me or judge us for getting this TV when technically we could just not watch TV. We do have that choice, or we could have chosen to get a used TV from somewhere, or get a non-smart TV, get an antenna for the TV so that we could use it as a regular TV, or you know what I mean? We could have done other things. We could have. We didn't have to go and buy a $500 TV. We didn't. And I didn't have to get Win a $300 coat either. I could have gotten him a less expensive coat. I could have. But when it really comes down to it, you're not my real dad and I do what I want. I don't know. Sorry. Sorry. I crack me up sometimes. But no, when it comes down to it, I don't really want an Instagram worthy home. I don't want either me or Win to look like freaking supermodels or anything with all designer whatever. But I do want him to have a nice toasty coat that will preferably last him a few winters. And I would like to be able to watch Netflix on TV and watch my workout videos because I exercise at home because I don't have the need or want or desire to have a gym membership. So I have workout DVDs the old fart that I am at almost 40. Almost 40. Yeah, I have exercise DVDs that I watch, and it'd be nice if I could watch those with the TV that I have and not worry about the TV just breaking on me relatively soon. So yeah, I got a new TV. We got a new TV, but I paid for it. Whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay, it's been almost 30 minutes. It's been 28 minutes. I appreciate you so much for staying as long as you did and listening to all my shenanigans and Win's shenanigans, to be fair, as well. Because yes, it was my money, that paid for the emergency TV and the new coat. But these were both joint decisions. Win was with me 100% of the time. That he was with me both of the times that these decisions were made. We talked about it beforehand. We discussed the pros and the cons of doing it this way versus a less expensive way, and we both decided that this was what was best for us. So I think one of the lessons that we really want to impart on anyone who's watching, be it his kids in a few years, y'all, if you are watching this and you aren't at least a teenager yet, go back to YouTube Kids, please, and thank you. But we want to show people what having discussions can be like. This is one example of the kind of money discussions that we have. And normally you get to see his big beefy hands next to mine, and hear how we talk, hear how we are together. And I think it's helpful to see examples of that and see examples of how you can talk as a couple about money and how you can manage joint budgeting without joint bank accounts. And if that is something that interests you, stay around and listen. Never mind the references. Wynn would be cracking up right now. I cracked me up. But yeah, I love you so much. I appreciate you for staying as long as you did. Never forget that you deserve financial stability, and I hope you have a great day on purpose. Bye.